Thank you for tuning in to our on-demand coverage of the Great Eight. We regret that we couldn't bring live coverage of the Raiders. We would have if we could have, but due to contractual obligations, CHASA has arranged with Play on Sports and the Colorado Preps Network, we are unable to. And now for tonight's matchup, the Regis Jesuit Raiders will face the Eaglecrest Raptors tonight in the Denver Coliseum. I'm Tommy Range, joined by Justin Brazel, my color commentator. Stats tonight will be Steven Schneider, producing Joe Quigley as always, and another always, Colin Stover on camera. Thanks for joining us. Justin, what are you thinking for tonight? It's getting pretty real right now on court. The players are just warming up. We've got about a minute until tip.
I mean, I'm astonished by these two teams, how far they've got. Regis averages around 73 points a game, while Eaglecrest averages around 63. So, I mean, they both live and die by that three-point line. I mean, they've been doing it all year, so I don't know who's going to win this.
Yeah, it's a tough call, Justin. We saw the other day when Regis beat Grand Junction. Grand Junction averages about 40 a game, whereas Regis upwards of 70. So when Regis played a low-scoring team, they ended up doing well, and of course Regis won 67 to 42 to come here tonight. Eaglecrest had to fight off first Arvada West and then Rangeview to make it to the Coliseum. It's going to be a great matchup tonight, Justin. They've got the band out for Eaglecrest, the Rowdies for Regis, and there's the buzzer. It's getting close to game time.
Yeah, Josh Perkins coming off a 23-point game against Grand Junction, shooting 50% though from the free throw line, only getting there 6 times, which is a huge difference from the regular season since Josh Perkins was normally the guy who had the most free throws on the team. He also went, the big number though, the storyline for Josh was 0 for 5 from the three-point line. But we're going to take a quick timeout. We're going to do the national anthem and come right back here.
We apologize. There's a little issue. We're not doing the national anthem quite yet, but as we wait for that, we'll announce the starters. For Eaglecrest, number 1, Ray John Craig. He's a forward, 6'4" senior. Number 2, Trayshawn Wilford, a guard, 6'2", and he's a senior. Number 10, Sean Watkins, a 6'3" forward, also his senior year. Number 21, Jay-Sean Jackson, a 5'11" guard, it's his junior year. And finally, Blend Adili, he's a 6'5" forward and only a sophomore. So that'll be Eaglecrest's team, and now we'll move to the Regis Jesuit Raiders. He's a 5-star recruit. Number 3, Josh Perkins. This is his senior year. Eric Stemper, number 10. Number 13, Brian Starkle. Number 20, Devin Cadillac. And 44, Kit Barilla.
Yeah, these two teams both have lots of depth on their reserves, though. So just because that those are the 5 starters for Regis does not mean that the bench means nothing to this team. Regis bench, man, they have a lot of points per game, including led by Sanford. He is he switches off often with Kip Barilla and does a great job rebounding down low.
Absolutely, Justin. And, looking at the two teams, Eaglecrest has a few players who average a game over 10 points. We've got Craig, Wilford, and nearly Jackson with 9.2 a game. Regis Jesuit, the only player who averages over 10 a game is Josh Perkins. So it's interesting to see how Regis makes up for that with all their depth with Eric Stamper, Starkle, Kip Barilla. Regis has that 1-star player of Josh Perkins, but they are not absent on the bench.
Yeah, but also like I was told, just the height advantage is such a key difference between Eaglecrest and Regis. Regis has Elijah Sanford, and they also have Kip Barilla. But besides that, we don't really have much height that can play down low against a lot of these Eaglecrest players.
Yeah, that's so true. They've got one 6'4" guy and a ton of 6'3" guys, and we've got quite a few players who are under 6 foot. Cam Beard, certainly, George Kuriazi, and Tim Przbylowski. We are not the tallest team on the court, Justin, but it's not how tall you are, it's how tall you play, and the Regis Raiders need to show that tonight.
Yeah, even though Regis isn't the best down low team, I would say, out there right now in this tournament, they also, they live and die by that 3-point line. And just looking at the stats, Regis is 33% on the year from the 3-point line. But the big matchup tonight is going to be Eaglecrest is 54% from that free throw line and take a lot of more attempts than Regis does. So it's just going to be stopping them tonight.
And we'll take a quick break now for the national anthem, and we'll join you after that. And it is game time in the Denver Coliseum. Starters are taking the court, getting ready for that tip. And the national anthem was put on by the Eaglecrest band. Regis does not have a band, but they've got the Rowdies, so, you know, however you do it, you got to get the crowd going, Justin.
What a weird, I've never seen that before, where they have the I believe that we will win chant in the beginning of the game.
Tip gets picked up by Jay-Sean Jackson. He'll bring it around, guarded by Eric Stemper. Calling a play, dishes it off to Trayshawn Wilford. And the attempt by Audili, picked up there by Ray-John Craig, who will get it back off to Trayshawn Wilford. Wilford moving around, guarded by Starkle now. Picked up by Watkins. Watkins thinks about it, goes for it, and it's a good jumper there.
I mean, that was great defense. Couldn't do anything else besides block the shot.
Eric Stemper fakes it, goes and drives. What an excellent layup that was. Eric faked the defender so well to pick that one up. Eaglecrest bringing it down now. Jackson gets it off to Dilly. Back to Craig. Over to Wilford. Down to Watkins. Watkins slowing it down. Back to Wilford. Over and around. Finally picked up by Craig. Across the court pass. He'll drive in. And no good for Jay-Sean Jackson. That's easily picked up by Eric Stemper. Josh Perkins bringing it down off to Cadillac. Cadillac thinks about driving, dishes it back to Josh, and Josh cannot pick that one up. That'll be Eaglecrest ball.
Yeah, the thing I'm noticing right now, just in the first couple of minutes, is that Regis is doing a fast-paced offense. By the time that takes for the one team to score, Regis has already scored.
Absolutely. Eaglecrest dishing it around. Wilford back off to Craig. Back to Watkins. To Jackson. And it's good. Big three-pointer there. Cadillac gets it over to Barilla. Back to Starkle. Over to Stemper. Thinks about Josh. Back to Barilla. Down to Starkle. Perkins finally gets it. Takes an aggressive three. It's off the mark. Picked up by Stemper. Dishes it off to Cadillac. And Cadillac will get caught up there. And as he stumbles, is called for a travel.
How important is Eric Stemper to this Regis team? He's shooting the ball, he's rebounding the ball, and getting the assist. Anything that takes to win the game for this team.
Yeah, that drive he started out with that led to that layup was so good. Eaglecrest bringing it down now off to Adili. Back to Watkins. Watkins doesn't take it. Wilford will. 2 points. Perkins bringing it down now. Thinks about driving. Barilla with the three-pointer. Just barely doesn't go in. Ooh. And Eaglecrest tries to do a quick transition play there, but Barilla catches it up. It'll be Eaglecrest ball.
Yeah, you notice just in the first couple of minutes that Eaglecrest is taking a lot more shot attempts than Regis is. I mean, they're playing great defense.
Jackson driving in. Left-handed layup does not go in. Easily picked up by Eric Stemper. Eric off to Devin Cadillac. Down to Barilla. Off to Perkins. Perkins dribbling now. And he misses the layup, but comes down with the rebound and is fouled as he goes up there. That foul will be on number 21. That'll be Jay-Sean Jackson.
Josh Perkins is so good at that, going up with strong, trying to finish it. Even if he misses it, he picks up the rebound and goes up strong again to get that foul.
Misses the first one there. Josh, normally a very consistent free throw shooter. Second one is good. And Regis is going to bring a little bit of a press now. Josh Perkins is guarding him, but Eaglecrest makes it down. Nearly an alley-oop to Craig. And Craig will get fouled there on that shot. Look at Josh Perkins' socks. Those are incredible. Always brings the swagger to the court, as they say.
Talking about that full court pressure that Regis has normally done in the offseason, or during the postseason, I should say. is last game when they played Grand Junction, they got 17 turnovers because of it.
Yeah, it's so important for Regis. And when we asked Shaw, why don't we see it more? He said, well, you will, because he realizes that it is so powerful and it does work so well. Second shot does not go in for Craig, though he made the first one. Cadillac will bring it down now on the right side. Oh, and he trips up, and the ref will call a travel there. Cadillac is not happy with that call.
It just goes back to fundamentals. It doesn't seem like Regis is playing their game. They just got to come out, play their game, start fast, and get points on the board, and they'll come out with the win.
Wilford bringing it around, gets caught up by Barilla and Starkle. Thrown down to Craig, who goes for the three. No good. And picked up by Devin Cadillac as Eaglecrest saved it from going out of bounds. Oh, my goodness. Josh Perkins comes up with an amazing layup there over two Eaglecrest defenders.
Especially with two people on him, he goes up strong again and gets that layup instead of that shooting that outside shot that he was so wanting to do.
So true. Jackson bringing it down off to Wilford. Wilford with the long two. Oh, bounces around but will not go in. Picked up by Josh Perkins. Long pass to Eric Stemper. Eric thinks about the pass, drives in, off to Starkle, thinks about the three. Back to Eric. Down to Josh. Josh tries to catch a move. Gets caught up there. Dilly going for the layup over Eric Stemper. Poor defense by Eric there. Eaglecrest trying to press there, but it was only one man. Cadillac to Perkins. Perkins, long pass to Starkle. No good shot there. Jackson bringing it down. And comes up with the layup. He went through two defenders there, Justin. Regis defense is not doing too hot.
They've been doing so well in the the postseason, but they just can't do anything here tonight.
Perkins to Barilla. Barilla up and over to Eric Stemper. You're beginning to see the height advantage Eaglecrest has. Starkle with the shot. It's good.
I mean, you see on this Regis team, they need to get everyone involved. So far, Eaglecrest, everyone has scored on their team. So, I mean, it's a team effort for them. Regis has to play with their whole overall team to win this game.
So true. With every player having scored at this point, that's huge. And that one will go in for Sean Watkins, making it a 6-point game. Oh, and the giant pass intended for Starkle is intercepted. And Eric Stemper bumps into Trayshawn Wilford. Eric's going to take a break now along with Cadillac as Cam Beards and Zach Smith take the court.
I think that was a great call right there. The guy tried flopping a little bit, which you can't do in the NBA, which you certainly can't do here, obviously. But great call.
Oh, and Josh Perkins can't get that pass off. There's a foul. Going to be on... It's going to be on Eaglecrest.
Looks like it was on holding. There's a holding penalty or call.
Josh Perkins starting up top. Pick by Barilla. Josh will take an aggressive three. No good. Rebounded easily by Trayshawn Wilford. Wilford bringing it down, guarded by Zach Smith. He tries to drive, dishes it off. Oh, and a big three-pointer there by Maurice Perez, making it a 9-point game for Eaglecrest. Josh thinks about it, off to Zach. Back to Josh. Josh wants to drive in. He will not. Off to Starkle, back to Zach Smith. Back to Josh. Top right. Over to Cam Beards. Over to Starkle. Back to Perkins. Perkins with a floater. Won't fall. Regis fights for the rebound, and no jump ball. That's going to be a foul on Kip Barilla there. Trayshawn Wilford was fouled.
It's a very physical game out there so far. I think Kip Barilla, that's his second foul, which is why Coach Shaw is deciding to bring in Elijah Sanford in, which is a key player too. So,
yeah, Regis really needs to rethink their defense. With 1 minute and 44 seconds left in the first period, Regis down by 9. They've got to change something, Justin. Eaglecrest bringing it down now. That's Elijah Ross. He'll try to get past Smith. Over to King. Foul on Sanford, I believe.
Eaglecrest is just shooting lights out so far from the three-point line. I mean, Regis can't stop them. So they got to start on the defense before they can work on the offense.
Eaglecrest inbounds, and that's an easy layup there. Josh could not defend Blend Adili. Zach Smith to Josh Perkins. Perkins to Smith. Smith will take a long three, and it's good. Wow, Justin.
He's such a vital person to this team. I mean, every point counts. So nice shot there by Zach Smith.
Zach Smith has about a 40% success rate behind the three-point line this season. And that will be a foul called on Regis. Elijah Ross will have 2 shots.
Yeah, looking at the stats earlier, what I was really impressed with is how similar these teams are when it comes time for shooting free throws. Each team is about 540 free throw attempts on the season. That shows how much their game is based on attacking the rim and going up and getting fouled.
Yeah, and it also shows the caliber of opponents that they're playing against. When we watched Grand Junction the other day, who has a completely different and I would say easier schedule than Regis and Eaglecrest, you can really see the difference between teams that play a competitive schedule. That'll be a foul on Eaglecrest. That'll be on Rajon Craig. Eaglecrest has 3 team fouls and Regis has 4. Perkins inbounds to Zach Smith. Over to Starkle. Starkle to Beards. Beards into Sanford. Sanford thinks about a jump shot. He'll go up. No foul called. Eaglecrest rebounds. Ross bringing it down. Gets past Perkins. Over to Adili. Adili to King. And King will set something up right now. He's just thinking about double teaming on defense. King has to dish it off to Ross. And somehow Eaglecrest picks that up. No good for Craig there. Regis gets the rebound. Off to Josh, off to Starkle. And Starkle gets the layup. Great hustle there for Regis to get down the court in time. And 7.9 seconds left in the first quarter. I'm sorry?
Oh, I was going to say, like you see out there, this is a very physical game, and I'm really impressed so far with Elijah Sanford there. He had to fight off 3 guys that were bigger, some of them bigger than him, but he figured out, got the ball, which turned out to be an easy shot on the other side.
King bringing it down, shoots a long 2, picked up by Starkle. It won't matter. That's the end of the first quarter. Regis Jesuit 13, Eaglecrest 21. Justin, it was kind of a disappointing performance early on in this game. Regis not exactly coming out strong.
It's not the way that Coach Shaw wants his team to be playing out there. We started letting the other team have 20 points in that one quarter. But, I mean, like we said earlier, they need to come out strong in the second quarter, exactly right here. Set the pace. Show them that this is their game, play their style of basketball, and then if they do, this will be a much better game overall.
Yeah, and good point made by Steven Schneider. They are not a first-half team. They're definitely a second-half team. Coach Shaw, who has the brilliance to diagnose what's the problem during halftime, as usual. I mean, we saw with Grand Junction being down, coming back, and winning very decisively. That was in the Sweet 16 last game. And even during regular season, we've seen it. Cherokee Trail, we were down in the half, and we had our doubts that they would come back, and that game we ended up winning by over 10 points. So Coach Shaw clearly has the brilliance to keep this team winning. It's just going to be a matter of not having to come back by a ton, and at this point it is an eight-point game. So if Regis can get it close and even tie it up by half, we'll have some hope for coming away with a win. Josh Perkins driving it in. Stolen by Trayshawn Wilford, but picked up again by the Raiders. That's Cam Beards, who will get it back off to Perkins. Perkins decides to take the three. It's good.
And Josh Perkins, what a great shot there. Started there by Cam Beards, who picked up that steal.
Great play by the Raiders. King's going to bring it around now for the Raptors. He gets it off to Jackson. No good on the three. And that's going to be a foul on Eaglecrest. Number 4, that's Maurice Perez, who hit that crucial three-pointer early on.
Yeah, he had both hands around Cam Beards. Cam Beards trying to go up strong. Even though with his height, he still plays like he's a 6-foot player.
Absolutely. Perkins back to Beards, to Smith, to Perkins. Dribbling, takes a 2, and that's great. Unfortunately, he didn't have his foot behind the line, but wow, Josh is shooting well deep tonight.
Coming out strong in that second quarter, exactly. Starting with 4 points to get this game back into a 3-point game.
Perez fumbles with it, and it goes out of bounds. Regis ball.
Regis got the momentum back. The crowd's into it. They got the fans, everybody in this game. So now Regis needs to take advantage of that and just keep attacking the rim and going up strong and getting those easy points.
Absolutely. From an 8-point deficit now to only 3 points. Regis is making a great effort so far, and Cam Beards, a little miscommunication between him and Josh Perkins there as the ball goes out of bounds. Eric's going to come in now for Cam.
So both teams go into their bench early. Eaglecrest has 7 players who have scored for them, while Regis, everyone else seems to be contributing to this team. So,
absolutely, Justin. Wilford off to Watkins. Back to Wilford. Wilford with the neon socks. Back to Watkins down low. Watkins is covered by 3 players. Oh, nails the three-pointer. Watkins got it off to Wilford at just the right time to where he was not covered. Easy 3 points there. Josh Perkins cannot come down with that three-pointer. And it'll be Eaglecrest ball. Oh, and they're going to call a foul there on Starkle as Starkle caught up with Blend Audilli, preventing Audilli from coming up with that layup. Audilli will have 2 now.
Yeah, that's Brian Starkle's second foul. So, Regis seemed like they're getting into the foul trouble early, but on that play, it seemed like the ball came out before he even touched him, so I don't know. It's kind of a questionable call.
First shot is good.
Just a fun fact from our statistician, Josh has made a cycle, which is basically a layup, a free throw, a jump shot, and a three-pointer.
Josh Perkins is certainly an all-around player tonight. Normally, he has trouble on those three-pointers, but he's playing well right now. Second shot is good for Audilli. Back to an 8-point game. Perkins off to Smith. Back to Perkins. Perkins to Barilla, to Stemper, to Cadillac. Cadillac dishes to Perkins. Perkins drives, is fouled. No good there. Josh holding his nose. Hopefully not a nosebleed, but that was a big foul there. 2 shots for Perkins.
Josh Perkins showing how aggressive he is by attacking the lane. You could easily see he's been wanting to do that fadeaway shot, but he's attacking it still, and he's getting to the line, which is exactly what Eaglecrest is doing on the other side.
Yeah, and we need Josh at the line, and I'm surprised that Eaglecrest would foul him there. Josh Perkins has one of the highest percentages on our team for free throws, 74% on the season. Eaglecrest bringing it down now. Wilford dishes it to Jackson. Jackson passes it into Watkins. No good on the layup. It's volleyball as the ball is jumping around. Picked up by Craig, who floats over a Regis defender. And that's going to be a foul on Eaglecrest. That's another offensive foul Eaglecrest has had. And that's going to be Audilli, I believe. So, Regis ball.
Yeah, but I mean, exactly. Eaglecrest is winning the offensive rebound battle right now. I mean, they just keep tipping the ball out and making a new play. So every little point is going to add up to the end of this game, especially since it's only a 6-point game with 5:23 left to go.
They sure are keeping Regis from catching up easily. Barilla off to Starkle. To Perkins, who will drive it in. Oh, and he somehow comes down with that layup. How did he do that one, Justin?
I mean, he stays strong. He goes so low below all the other players and then comes up strong over the height down low.
Incredible performance by Perkins there. Eaglecrest offense is working hard right now. 3-point is no good for Rajon Craig. Perkins bringing it down to Stemper. Stemper considers driving to Perkins now. Wants to move in. Smith pick it up to Stemper. To Barilla. Barilla will try, but Eaglecrest is preventing any attempt at this point to drive. Perkins will go for it and is stuffed by number 2, Trayshawn Wilford, who gets it off to Jackson, and Jackson gets the layup there. Great transition play by Eaglecrest.
I mean, I don't think they know how to plan yet for Josh Perkins.
And that pass was intercepted by Wilford, intended for Starkle, but his foot was just out of bounds. And at this point in the game, there's going to be a timeout by Coach Shaw. Regis needs to consider what they were doing. They came out so strong at the beginning of the second quarter, making it only a 3-point game, but slowly but surely it's returned to now a 6-point game. What's Regis got to do to tie it up, Justin?
I mean, Josh Perkins, he's been attacking the lane, but 4 guys were on him on that one shot. So he needs to do exactly what Eaglecrest is doing on the other side, is where they're attacking the paint, and all the guys start to get around and cluster up in the middle. But then there's always that one guy or 2 guys that are on the outside arc that are ready to shoot that 3-point attempt, which is what Eaglecrest has done all game.
So true. Eaglecrest getting those easy open looks. And, you know, Regis hasn't really responded to that. They need to stop that, obviously, because Eaglecrest is capitalizing quite successfully on those. Stemper thinks about giving it to Barilla. He'll work it around top, calling play number 2. Off to Beards. Beards will get it in. Nope, he'll back to Stemper, who will call the play again. Starkle now to Beards. Beards up top, covered by 2. Has to dump it to Perkins. Perkins to Stemper. Stemper with the 3. Nails it.
Just when you need a big 3 right there from your leader, your senior on this team, he comes up big and hits that key 3.
Awesome job by Stemper. Sanford coming in now. And Eaglecrest comes up with a layup there. That was number 10, Sean Watkins. He'll have a chance to shoot now as he was fouled. Chance to make an old-fashioned 3-point play. Barilla is now going to hit the bench.
He has 3 fouls, which is a big foul trouble for Regis. So apparently Elijah Sanford is going to have to play out the rest of the second quarter.
Yeah, we normally do see Kip Barilla getting fouls early on, but obviously we do not want him off the court. He is such a valuable player. Josh Perkins trying to get Starkle again, intercepted by Wilford, who gets it off to Jackson. Jackson to Ross. Ross to Wilford with the 3 off the front iron, picked up by Sanford. Off to Josh Perkins. Josh Perkins, another long pass, finally picked up by Starkle. To Beards, to Perkins. No good for that 3-pointer, but rebounded by Sanford. Picked up by Stemper. Stemper can't get the layup, but he is fouled. Two shots coming up.
Yeah, I mean, exactly, Elijah there, going up strong over all those players. He went up strong, he grabbed the ball, came down. It looked like he kind of got fouled there, but Eric Stemper right there to pick it up and go back up strong and get the foul.
Yeah, I mean, Sanford has some hops, Justin. His knees were over the shoulders of Ross there. Good effort by Sanford. Second shot by Eric is good. He missed the first one. It's a 5-point game with 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Wilford bringing it down, gets it off to Watkins, who passes it in to Ross, who misses the layup by a large margin there. Unfortunately, Regis couldn't catch it. Eaglecrest will pass in now as Cadillac comes in for Starkle.
The only problem I see so far with this Regis team is they are not taking advantage of the easy. They're just not taking care of the options that Eaglecrest is giving them. They had that easy knockout play right there, and then they just can't make the free throws at the free throw line.
Great play there by Wilford, who picks up the layup on the inbounds. Perkins to Cadillac, thinks about the three, to Perkins, to Stemper. Stemper calling a play, working around up top, to Beards. Regis has not penetrated down low so far on this progression. Stemper to Cadillac, to Beards. Perkins now. Perkins tries to drive, and Cam will drive now. Perkins backing up, off to Stemper. No three-pointer to Sanford. And that's going to be Eaglecrest ball. I believe that was a travel.
When I'm watching this game right now, the thing that I see for this Regis team is they have to have faith in someone else besides Josh Perkins. They're looking for him every play, and they need to find someone besides him to shoot that big shot.
Yeah, they're afraid almost to drive in as Eric Stemper hits the floor. And Wilford rolls on his back. No travel called. Thrown to Jackson. Jackson will drive in with an incredible layup attempt. No good. Perkins with the rebound. And Perkins fumbles with it. Perez picks it up, dishes it to Wilford. Now Ross. Ross covered by Beards. Off to Jackson. Off the front rim. Jackson rebounds it somehow. And wow, Justin, with the last two plays, both by Regis and by Eaglecrest, just a ton of passing, a ton of attempts, a ton of offensive rebounds, but no scoring. It's almost at a deadlock, minus the fouls.
I mean, that's all Eaglecrest down there. Regis can't do anything to stop them, so if they want to win this game, they have to come out and stop these offensive rebounds.
Chance for Jackson to make it an 8-point game. He does not. Rebounded by Perkins and Sanford as they came down a little hard there. Perkins trying to take advantage of time when Wilford is not down low, gets caught up, and that was a very physical battle for the ball. Josh got hit pretty hard there. Not happy with the call. I believe it was a jump ball.
I mean, I know Josh Perkins from all my classes and everything. And the one thing is he's not going to come down. He's not going to back down from a fight. And these guys are hitting him, pushing him around a little bit. I mean, he's going to come back with something here.
Yeah, we certainly know Josh Perkins plays with emotion, and it rewards him at times, and other times it's not quite so rewarding. Trying to penetrate Regis down low is number 10, Sean Watkins. But Perkins stops him there. It'll be a foul on Eaglecrest. Perkins will have an opportunity to shoot now because Eaglecrest is in the single bonus with 8 team fouls this half. Reminder, 1 minute, 17 seconds left in the half. First shot is no good. Wilford picks it up. He's been the player tonight. Off to Craig. Craig back to Wilford. Calling a play now. Ross slowing it down. Back to Wilford. Wilford tries to drive in. Josh Perkins stops him there. And number 10, Sean Watkins with the travel. He almost got a charge there. I mean, if he hadn't been called for a travel, he led pretty firmly with his shoulder there. Nonetheless, Regis ball.
It seems like Regis is playing Eaglecrest style of basketball right now. They're playing their game. So, I mean, Regis has to turn that around and make sure that they find some kind of momentum going into this half.
That's going to be the key, Justin. It's a 7-point game at this point. I think Regis is going to slow it down. Only 40 seconds left in the second quarter. They're going to just wait for an opportunity to shoot. to end the half. Moving it around now, getting it into Sanford to Cadillac to Josh. Cadillac with the three-pointer. No good. And is not rebounded by Sanford. Picked up instead by Sean Watkins of Eaglecrest. Wilford brings it down. Off to Ross. To Wilford. Wilford's going to slow it down now to Ross. Almost runs into Wilford. He'll drive in. Gets it to Craig. Craig bumping into Cadillac there. Has to get it off to Wilford, who shoots over Stemper. He makes the shot, but the refs say no good, and Shaw is not happy with the first half performance. Justin, he's walking off. He doesn't care what the referees are saying at this point. Either way, Regis is down. They need to overcome what has been a sloppy performance to start the game off, as Regis heads to the locker room along with Eaglecrest, 33-26.
I mean, like we said earlier in the broadcast, that this Regis team is a second half team. And what they need to do is they're going to have to go in this locker room and talk up about a way of stopping these open looks from Eaglecrest.
All right, that'll be it for the first half. We're going to take a quick break now. Thanks for tuning in to our on-demand coverage of the Great Eight. And welcome back here. We apologize. We had to do a halftime performance for another broadcast, but foul there on Kipperilla. It's going to be his third tonight. No good there for Craig. Rebounded by Eric Stemper. Justin, we were talking, Regis has to come out and play their type of ball game tonight. They've been reacting to Eaglecrest, and it just is not working as Josh Perkins misses that layup.
They really do. I mean, Josh Perkins there attacking the lane, but it just looks like they're not playing fundamental basketball. They're trying to push things when they don't have those open looks. So they just need to slow things down, make it so it's their pace, their tempo of the game, and then just take advantage of those opportunities. I mean, Josh Perkins missed his first free throw attempt right there. He just needs to take advantage of every opportunity that this Eaglecrest team is giving them.
9-point difference right now, Justin. Regis has some work to do. Wilford coming down the court. Guarded by Starkle. Dishes it off to Jackson. Jackson tries to drive past Stanford and Stemper, who are playing some very tough D. Somehow gets it off to number 10, Sean Watkins, who comes down with the jump shot. Perkins bringing it down now. Tries to drive in. Dishes it to Cadillac. No good there. Rebounded by Starkle, who will get the layup. Great work there.
Great play there. He was out. I mean, the guy around on his back was way taller than he was, but he went up strong, and he got that nice, easy look to get that easy basket.
Yeah, we've seen just how important turnovers have been tonight. Josh Perkins has had 5 as opposed to Eaglecrest, which has had 2. Not just the entire Regis team, simply Josh Perkins, 5 turnovers. And that'll come down for Blend Audilly as Cadillac gets it off to Perkins. Perkins with a 3-point shot. Nails it! Great job by Josh Perkins. That's the answer that Regis needs to get motivated and get pumped up now. Wilford trying to slow it down. Off to Jackson. Jackson gets caught up by Sanford and Stemper. That's the second time we've seen them double-teaming him tonight. You wonder if Shaw saw first half kind of a weakness there on the Raptors, but foul called as they were playing a little too aggressive.
I think Coach Shaw talked to him in halftime saying that you're not playing aggressive enough. You got to get on these guys, make them turn over the ball like we did in that game versus Grand Junction, and then things will start to go our way.
No good there for Wilford as Stemper scraps for the ball. Stemper's limping down the court. Perkins driving in. No good, no foul. Eaglecrest comes up with the rebound. Watkins racing down the court. Easy left-handed layup there. Wow. 10-point game once again with 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Perkins drives in, falls, and is fouled.
I mean, Josh Perkins there, I mean, he's doing a great job getting the ball going up strong, but when it came time when he had that play where he thought he got fouled, he didn't go back down and play defense. He just waited and hoped that they would get the steal and make it go the opposite direction.
Perkins will shoot now. It's good. The old-fashioned three-point play. Here come the Raptors. Jackson off to Wilford. To Audilly. Audilly thinking about it. He'll drive in and somehow got that layup off, even though he was guarded by Sanford. Sanford fouled him, though. He'll take a trip to the line.
Neither one of these teams have figured out these refs yet. Some plays are letting them go all out, and then some plays are getting these little easy little chip shots for fouls. So, I mean, either way, you got to still play your game and don't rely the game on the ref.
No doubt. First one way off the mark. Barely touches iron there.
Free throws win games and make you lose games. So, I mean, whoever takes advantage of the free throw line, I mean, they have the shot to win this game.
Dilly gets calm and comes down with the second one. Starkle bringing it up. Calling a play. He'll get it to Sanford, who's playing up top now. To Perkins. Perkins gets caught up there. Shoots a long two. No good. Brought in by Sanford. No good. And there's a scramble for the ball right now. Cadillac somehow gets it. Perkins comes up with it and is caught up again. Perkins gets it to Cadillac, to Starkle. Starkle trying to slow it down. And Josh looks like he'll rush for something. He gets caught up by 3 people and is going to be fouled. Just what Regis needs there, as they were scrapping for the ball there, Justin, getting physical on the court.
I mean, that just shows you how well Josh Perkins does and how high his skill level is. I mean, he was on the ground there with both knees on the ground, but he was still dribbling the ball with the little room that he had between all those players, and he'd find a way to get the ball out and made it so that Regis had a way of scoring. So great way of keeping the possession alive. Instead of picking up his dribble, he kept dribbling even though he had only a little amount of space to dribble, but great job there.
Yeah, that was quite the scramble that we saw. It's 8 points that separate these teams right now. 4 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, Regis has to come out and play strong now. 4 minutes. These 4 minutes, I think, in the third quarter will set the tone for the rest of the game. Whoever wants it more will win it in these 4 minutes, because the fourth quarter is going to be a fight, physical battle. So for Regis, they have to find a way to make this a 2 or 3 point game at most.
And actually, there's a problem with the scoreboard. They just fixed it. It said the fourth quarter. Now it says the third. Josh passes it deep to Cadillac, off to Starkle. They'll set up a play now to slow it down. Perkins working it on the left side to Cadillac. Back to Perkins, who will go in. Wow, what a layup there. Josh fought over 2 defenders to come up with that one. Wilford bringing it down nice and slow. Off to Adili. Adili to Perez. Perez to Wilford. To King. To Jackson. To Adili. No good. Rebounded by Sanford. Great rebound there. Here come the Raiders. Josh, big pass to Starkle. Not intercepted. To Sanford, who is covered by 4 players. Gets it to Josh Perkins, who scrambles. Somehow gets it to Cadillac. 3 points. No good, but barely off the marks. Rebounded by Starkle. Perkins thinking about it. To Starkle with the 3-pointer. It's good. Great play by Regis there. It's a 3-point matchup right now. Regis has come back from a 10-point deficit, and Eaglecrest is yet to respond. King to Jackson to Wilford. Great play there by Eaglecrest to open up down low. Regis coming now. Nearly intercepted by Wilford. Perkins. Ooh, and brought in by Zach Smith. Great effort by the entire Raider team there.
This is just a fast pace of both offenses going back and forth. I mean, there's no way of, you have to play defense. Both teams are shooting well.
No good by Adili there. Picked up by Zach Smith. Zach Smith so scrappy down low. Josh Perkins tries a crossover, and that'll go out of bounds as he fumbled with the ball. Justin, it's a 2-point game with just over 2 minutes left in the third quarter. And I'm thinking that's another error on the scorekeeper's part. But the scoreboard says 43-45 here in the Coliseum. I'm thinking it's 42-45. Nonetheless, brought down by Elijah Rosh, who dumps it off to Jackson. Jackson to Adili. Thinks about the 3 to Jackson. No good. And Cam Beards nearly got that one. And for some reason, the referees are going to call that Eaglecrest erection. I'm not sure that touched any Regis player there.
I mean, I believe that guy was going up against Cam Beards there, but apparently they say Cam Beards touched that ball last, making it go out of bounds.
Adili working around up top is being harassed by the Raiders. And Eaglecrest is going to have to call a timeout because they need to stop the bleeding, Justin. Regis has been attacking their defense so far in the second half, coming out strong as we knew they would, a second half team. But they are still going to have to work their tails off to come up with this victory.
I mean, the matchup that I really want to look at right now is how Coach Shaw, how much faith you see that he has in his defense, especially Zach Smith. He put Zach Smith in the beginning of this second half on Wilford, who is like shooting lights out everywhere. Regis had a terrible time trying to stop him in the first half. But I mean, Zach Smith has done a great job making him silent this quarter, only I think having 2 points so far. So great job there slowing down Wilford and making it so that they're back in this game.
And I completely agree, Justin, that it's a wise decision by Shaw to put Zach in. He only had a three-pointer first half, so good to see him playing hard now and coming up with those offensive rebounds and just smart plays on transition. Inbounded now, Jackson is going to dish it off to Perez, who shoots a three. No good, easily rebounded by Starkle. Cam Beards will bring it down the court, calling a play now.
I feel Eaglecrest is a team where they live and die by that three-point line is based on that team. They shoot the ball. Even if they don't make it, they keep shooting.
And you look at Cam Beards. Oh, and bad pass there by Zach Smith. Intercepted by Perez. No good layup. And Eaglecrest had their third attempt does not go in. And that'll go Eaglecrest direction. But wow, Justin, 3 attempts there. It was like volleyball under the net with a bunch of sets. But nothing can go in for the Raptors.
The problem is those points, they're going to eventually go in. So Regis has to find a way to stop them and get them out of the paint.
Jackson fighting for it, and it does come in now. Cam Beards bringing it down the court, looking at Starkle. Cam Beards being guarded by Rajon Craig. There's a 10-inch difference between those two players in height. Sanford gets it off, low pass to Starkle, to Zach Smith, to Starkle, to Cam Beards, to Sanford, to Starkle with the three-pointer. It's good just when Regis needs it most, making it a 1-point game according to the scoreboard. We have yet to see that corrected. Jackson goes in for a valiant effort on that layup. Perez shoots a three-pointer on the rebound, and no good for Eaglecrest. Regis ball.
Elijah Sanford and Kip Barilla have their work cut out for them tonight. They are both going up strong, getting those rebounds, which is the difference in making it so that's only a 1-point game.
4 seconds left in this quarter. Cam Beards is going to take it. No good. But that'll be the end of the third quarter. What a difference we have seen just now between these teams. I mean, Regis Jesuit coming back. They were down by 7 points at the half and now only 1. So we have to credit that to Coach Shaw's expertise.
Exactly. This game is now up in the air. You don't know who's going to win. It's a 1-point game. And Regis has done a great job playing their style of basketball in this quarter and making it so that now this is a 1-point game. You can't ask for a better matchup in the grade 8 here at the Denver Coliseum.
And Justin, you say it's Regis is, playing Regis ball, but, I'm not sure that's the case. I mean, we have seen Cadillac in and Stemper, but no Barilla, no Josh Perkins at the end there. We're seeing Stanford and Cam Beard stepping it up along with Zach Smith. So we're playing Regis ball, but now with the familiar faces. So that only is a testament to how Regis is strong throughout the ranks and putting up just a terrific effort this second half so far against the Eaglecrest Raptors.
I mean, in a way, you don't want to say this, but I mean, Regis is like the Denver Nuggets in a way. They have Josh Perkins as their star, but everyone else contributes to him and is helping him out. When he hit the bench, they still were attacking the paint, getting those rebounds, shooting those three-pointers. Anything had happened to make sure that this game is a 1-point game.
And nothing against Josh Perkins, but I would say we had some good minutes with him on the bench, actually, just to slow it down and calm Josh down. But Eaglecrest working it around now. Good fake by Jackson, who gets it into Watkins. And Watkins is so caught up there he can't even get the shot off.
Like you said there, Tommy, in a way, when Josh Perkins went to the bench, they weren't looking for him out there on offense. They had confidence in their own shot, which Brian Starkle nailed some key threes to make sure that this is a one-point game.
Amen. And Sanford will collect the rebound there. Back to Starkle, back to Cam. Cam's going to set up this offense. Josh Perkins is playing down bottom right side of the court. Zach Smith to Starkle. Starkle to Perkins. Perkins hurrying in. Gets it to Zach, who has an open three off the back rim. And as Sanford tries to throw it inbounds, they're going to call a foul on Eaglecrest. The Eaglecrest crowd is not happy with this.
I mean, Elijah Sanford there had two guys on his back, one guy holding on to his arm, and still found a way to grab it with that one hand that he had. So great job there by Elijah Sanford, doing his job, doing his part to whatever it takes for this team to win.
Josh Perkins with the three-pointer there. Great work off the inbound play. And now Regis has taken the lead by 1 to our understanding. The scoreboard says a 2-point lead, but we believe it is a 1-point lead. Audilly off to Wilford, and Wilford tries to send a pass to Jay-Sean Jackson, but Jay-Sean Jackson is not paying attention. Regis will take possession now, and George Curiosity on bench now is getting the crowd on their feet. Regis needs to keep their lead at this point.
Momentum has shifted. Regis has it. Looks like over there in the Eaglecrest student section, they are silenced. They don't know what happened to that 8-point lead. It's just unbelievable, this Regis swing of events.
Oh my goodness, Cam Beards with a roundabout way of coming up with that layup over two tall Raptors. Great job by Cam Beards there. The crowd is on their feet, loud, and Zach Smith nearly steals it there. Perkins guarding Wilford. Wilford has to dish it off to Craig. Back to Watkins. Watkins to Craig. To Jackson. Jackson pushes Cam to the ground. No charge. And as they bobble for the shot, they have to pick Cam up to his feet. He's smiling, though. He's good. Unfortunately, foul is going to be called on Regis Jesuit. That's going to be on Zach Smith, who fouled Sean Watkins. He'll have 2 shots now.
Everything has shifted Regis's way so far. Eaglecrest, I feel, does not have an answer. They just are starting to attack the rim more because they don't know what to do.
Interesting enough, Eaglecrest crowd has the same form of cheer when their teammates are shooting, as you can see now on the feed, with the flickering of the fingers. And it worked the first time, but not the second time. Kip Barilla now on the court, comes up with the rebound. Josh Perkins with the flashy socks is going to start the possession over to Starkle. Slowing it down. Regis has really been setting the pace so far in the second half. Cam Beards to Josh Perkins. Perkins to Beards. Beards thinks about the three-pointer. He'll work it around back to Starkle to Zach Smith. Zach Smith to Starkle. Regis working it around well, and I spoke too soon. Intercepted by Wilford there, and Craig will take a three-pointer. No good, way off the mark. Starkle will get it to Josh Perkins. Josh Perkins one-on-one with Audilly. Josh dishes it off to Cam. Smart play there. Starkle with the three. No good. Bummer, because Starkle has been shooting pretty well tonight, three-pointers. Craig brings it down, and Eaglecrest, is that going to be a timeout?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to call a timeout. It looks like it. They both look like Eaglecrest is going to take a seat on the bench and take like a timeout, but
or maybe not. There was some stoppage of play. Not sure what's going on. Eric Stemper taking the court again as Cam Beards is going to take a break. Cam playing fantastic there.
And he's hearing it from the crowd right now. He's getting a great stand ovation from him.
A well-deserved ovation there. Perez to Jackson, who nails a great mid-range two-pointer jump shot there. That's a mouthful. Josh Perkins bringing it down, guarded by Jackson to Starkle, to Stepper, to Barilla, to Josh. The quick passing has paid off. Josh drives in and comes up with the layup. Eaglecrest is hurrying to come down. They've got ground to make up and is stuffed by Zach Smith. They're going to call a foul, but
I like the big aggressiveness from the first half to the second half. Regis, something Coach Shaw said in that timeout, in that halftime, something happened where it just changed and it sparked this Regis team. They've done an absolute excellent job out there with the aggressiveness.
52 to 50 now. It's 52 to 51, a 1-point game in the Denver Coliseum. This grade 8 matchup is a nail biter, Justin. We look at the other teams who are playing tonight. Mountain Vista is going to be playing Cherokee Trail, Denver East against Arapahoe, and of course Legend against Fairview.
I'm going to say that the big key thing is Denver East versus Arapahoe. Arapahoe always has a great program, but East has the height, so it's going to be a great matchup after this one.
Yeah, the teams who are in it at this point certainly deserve it. And as we were speaking there, Josh Perkins was fouled. He will have 2 shots now.
Every point matters now. Every position, every shot you take, it's going to all come down to the wire. So whatever happens now, it's a nail biter like you said. It is up for grabs. Who wants it more?
53 to 51, 54 to 51. It's still a 1-possession game, but Regis Jesuit is certainly shutting down Eaglecrest's offense. Watkins, not able to find a way in, has to pass it out to Craig, who passes it to Jackson, to Avili, to Perez, to Watkins, who will take a 3-pointer. And there it is for Eaglecrest. They've been wanting a 3-point shot all night, and they finally come out down with that one when they need it most, making it a tied ball game.
I feel this possession is everything for Regis. Can they answer back after a big 3?
Stamper working it around. He's going to drive in, back out to Starkle, not feeling it. Back to Eric Stamper, to Zach Smith, to Josh, guarded heavily by Jackson. And Jackson comes up with the steal. Another turnover for Josh Perkins as Eaglecrest heads down. No good layup there. Somehow they get it off to Sean Watkins. I'm not sure how they did that. But Jackson, slow it down to Blend Adili, to Perez, and Eaglecrest is going to call a timeout now. They need it. 3 minutes, 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
What can you ask for? A 54-54 tie with 3 minutes left to go. The winner moves on to Boulder. So great place to be right now. Feel the excitement in the air. Both crowds are into it. It's all going to come down to the wire, I feel.
No doubt about that, Justin. I think Regis's secret to success is their defense, just shutting down Eaglecrest. And I'll be honest, a little bit of luck. They've been getting lucky with Eaglecrest not being able to shoot as well that quarter, and that third quarter at least, and not too well into this fourth quarter, minus that big 3-pointer that they had. Regis is going to have to come out strong now.
I feel, though, Regis, in a way, has figured out this Eaglecrest team. I mean, they know exactly what they've been doing the first half, and it showed in the third quarter how they stopped them and actually got a positive point differential, which made them only have a 1-point game going into this fourth quarter.
All tied up now. Jackson drives in. It's good. Eaglecrest takes the lead. Josh Perkins bringing it down now. He's guarded by Jay-Sean Jackson. Josh Perkins with the 3. It's no good. Barilla dives for the rebound. He can't get it. Perez coming down the court now. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left. Craig to Jackson. Jackson fakes a pass.
That's that we need a charge right there by Brian Starkle, a sophomore, but he plays like he has the experience and knows exactly what it takes for this team to win.
Great effort right there by the Raiders to not back down from that one. Zach Smith will inbound it to Cam Beards now as Eric hits the bench. Cam Beards to Starkle. Starkle to Zach Smith. To Josh Perkins, covered by Jackson. To Zach Smith. And Regis is going to call a full timeout now. It is all tie. Regis is down by 2 now, actually. Excuse me. Regis down by 2 with under 2.5 minutes left. They've got to come up with an answer to Eaglecrest.
The unique thing about this Regis team is that they have only 3 seniors on their team. Everyone else will be returning next year. So it all comes down to, even though they do not have the experience, they still have the heart and what it takes to win this game. So what it comes down to now is, will Regis make those big shots that will send them to Boulder to play against some great teams that are still in this bracket with Mountain Vista, Arapahoe, East. So whoever wins this game, they have a tough matchup coming down when it comes time for Boulder.
No doubt, Justin. The winner of this matchup will either play Mountain Vista or Cherokee Trail, 2 very strong teams this season. And just again, to touch on the scoreboard issue, it says right now Regis Jesuit 55, Eaglecrest 56. However, we are pretty darn sure it's 54-56. Regis down by 2. Anyways, Starkle slowing it down now, guarded by Craig. He gets it to Perkins. Perkins guarded by King. Perkins dribbles it. Long 2, no good. Josh did not follow his shot. No rebound there. Couldn't get picked up by Beards. And the Raptors will bring it down. King dishes off to Adili, excuse me. To King. King backs out, guarded by Josh Perkins. And Eaglecrest now will call a timeout. Interesting to see the chess match that is unfolding now between the 2 coaches of pretty even teams, I would say. Regis Jesuit, probably a little bit better. We've got Josh Perkins, a 5-star recruit. But the Eaglecrest Raptors have played very strong tonight, coached by Gwen Hansen-Vigil. He's been a part of their program for a while, and he's certainly doing well tonight.
This Regis team, you'll notice that they're not doing what they did on that run that they had. They have to start finding the guy that's open in the corner. I mean, Josh Perkins, he's such a good threat, but he's shooting these fadeaway shots that are, in a way right now, he's coming up short because he's not having enough strength on each shot. So what he needs to do is go out there, find that open guy, set up for that open shot, and nail those big plays.
Wilford to start off for Eaglecrest, guarded by Zach Smith in the top corner. Zach Smith, who plays a pretty fast defense, dishes it off to Sean Watkins, over to Jay Sean Jackson. Jackson trying to get past Cam Beards. He'll pass it down low, stuffed by Kip Barilla, picked up by Eaglecrest, and that Eaglecrest player thought he stepped out of bounds, but Eaglecrest coach will call another timeout. That was quick. They only have 1 left. So, Justin, if the clock becomes an issue, that'll be interesting. 1 minute, 17 seconds left in the game. And Coach Shaw over there talking to his players. He's going to take a seat and huddle up because Regis needs to attack Eaglecrest. I think specifically they're starting to revert back to what they were doing first half, where they were passing it around a ton but not being able to drive in. And that's where most of their success was. Josh Perkins driving it in, passing it down low to Barilla. You know, those type of plays, those were where they were rewarded most. So if they can get back to that third quarter play, Regis certainly has a shot.
It all comes down to this. Your season, you work countless hours during the off season. You work hours and hours after you're supposed to be there at school to make sure that it comes down for these moments when you're down actually by 2 for our scoreboard that we say. It just comes out and shows who wants it more, who's been practicing longer, who wants it more, and who's going to take it and take their game to Boulder.
Inbounded to Blend Avili. Avili to Wilford. Down. No good for that three-pointer. Rebounded by Josh Perkins. Regis heading down court now. Perkins driving in to Barilla, to Cam Beards, back to Perkins. Perkins wanting to drive, being shut down by the Raptors. Cam is going to slow it down, gives it back to Josh Perkins. Josh is going to try again to drive. He is stolen by Wilford. Wilford running down. Zach Smith catches up to him, and Zach Smith with a huge foul there. That was pretty bad. Might be a technical, but wow, Eaglecrest coming up with a layup and one when they needed it most. But that was poor performance by Zach Smith. And I believe Eric Stepper is going to come in for him right now. Zach limping a little bit. But
what I absolutely am puzzled by is how well this Regis team has done. But Josh Perkins wants to take this whole team on his back. That's why you have 4 other players that can help him, which you could see right there. Brian Starkle was wide open there in the corner, but
just a miscommunication on offense, and I was correct. It is a technical foul. Wilford with the shiny socks. First one is good. This is exactly what Regis did not need. It is now a 5-point game. Shaw is on his feet talking to his players. And Shaw is talking to the referee right now. Wilford missed his second shot there. And timeout, Regis Jesuit. Coach is looking up at the scoreboard. I'm not sure if they've changed it yet, but 41 seconds left here in the Denver Coliseum. It all comes down to this, Justin.
I mean, you look at this Regis team, Coach Shaw going to go with his shooters, putting Devin Cadillac back in the game. But I want to see, does Coach Shaw have his faith in other players for this last shot besides Josh Perkins?
Well, that's a really good question, and I think one person he does not have faith in tonight is Kit Barilla. 0 points, 4 fouls. That is not the Kit Barilla we have seen all season. He's just having an off game, but Coach needs to see that and put in players like Zach Smith, Cadillac, like you said, even Sanford, who's been incredible getting those rebounds. And as the timeout time expires, we will have 41 seconds even to end this game.
I mean, you see Regis fans, they're all getting up on their feet. They're doing it to everybody. Both sides are getting up on their feet. Both teams want this bad. Who's going to win this game and who's going to go to Boulder?
A long inbound pass picked on the other side of the court by Craig, and Josh Perkins hammers at his arm there, having to foul. That was a very aggressive foul there. He had his hand in a fist there.
It's hard because Regis has put them in this position where they didn't want to be. Coach Shaw, I mean, fans like it where they're down to the last minute, but coaches want it where you win by a blowout. Get those easy baskets and win by far and head your game to Boulder. But Regis has to find a way to stop this team. But so far you can see Eaglecrest found a way to answer back after that long run.
2 free throws are good by Craig there, making it a 6-point game, 7-point game. And the shot there is no good, an air ball. And Cadillac on his knees somehow gets that shot off. Barilla to Starkle. Regis scrambling to come up with a play. Josh Perkins, one-handed three-pointer. I question his shot choice there. And Josh will drive in. It's good with 13.2 seconds left in the game. It's 56-61 here in the Coliseum. Timeout called by Regis. And Regis, wow, they've got to come up with something now. Eaglecrest chanting, I believe that we will win. It's not looking good for Regis. 13.2 seconds left. down by 4. It's a 2-possession game at this point, Justin. Regis needs to buckle down now. Josh Perkins on the court. Starkle, Cadillac, Barilla, and Beards. That's who it's going to be right now. The Raptors are coming out now. They've been playing excellent defense against Regis in shutting down all plays. But Eaglecrest will inbound. Gets it to Craig, and Wilford running down, fouled by Cadillac. 9.6 seconds left in the game. It's not looking good for Regis.
It's definitely not. It's not going Regis's way, but they're still trying to play hard, still trying to play because this is their season. It all comes down. The winner moves on. The loser has to go home. So it comes down to this. Can he make the free throws? If he does it, can Regis respond?
Wilford at the line now. First one is good. It is a 1-and-1 with the single bonus, as Regis has 8 team fouls and Eaglecrest has 6. So his second shot now means a lot. No good. Picked up by Barilla. And Wilford somehow intercepted it. Oh my goodness. Picked up by 21, Jay-Sean Jackson. And that's the game. Regis Jesuit loses. And Josh Perkins has some choice words for the referee there. Certainly not words that Regis Jesuit would like to have to represent us. And that's it. That is the end of Regis Jesuit's season. They played pretty poor tonight, but Eaglecrest will advance now to the Final Four. Eaglecrest will be playing in Boulder. And, wow, I'm at a loss for words, Justin. Last year, losing to Pooter, second round after a bye, and now losing in the Great 8 in the Denver Coliseum. It's really tough. But Coach Shaw shaking hand with the Eaglecrest coach. And that's a rough loss. That stings. Regis Jesuit came out early on in the game, not playing pretty well, having to come back at halftime. It was 33-26, Eaglecrest leading. They came back third quarter, and the result is a loss tonight. And thanks again for tuning in to our on-demand broadcast. Again, we regret that we couldn't bring live coverage of the Raiders. We would have if we could have, but due to contractual obligations, Shasta has arranged with Play on Sports and the Colorado Preps Network. We were not able to broadcast it live. I'm Tommy Raines. I did play-by-play tonight, along with Justin Brazel on color. Joe Quigley produced, Steven Schneider on stats, and Colin Stover on camera. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will be signing off here for Regis Jesuit Basketball's 2013 season.